He says he can adapt himself to the rhythm of his opponent from Avalar, but got straight.
That's why I don't want boxing more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me where so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about...
Gervonta Davis has recently shown a side of himself that has fans and insiders worried. Behind his success in the ring, it seems like Davis might be struggling with some personal issues. Even Leonard Ellerbe, one of his closest allies and a key figure in his career, has spoken about these concerns.
Next year, I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After, in the past few months, Davis has been open about things that go far beyond boxing. He first shocked the sports world when he announced his plans to retire by the end of 2025. This wasn't just another athlete saying they're ready to step away from the game. Davis's words hinted at a deeper struggle. He said, "I've been through a lot, been betrayed and stuff like that. It really made me want to give up on the limelight."
But got straight back up to take over the fight.
Davis has made it clear that he's not just looking to retire, he's looking to disappear completely. Like literally at the end of 2025. "I'm done," he said, "and I should be off probation by then. Once I can travel the whole world, I don't even want to be in America anymore. I just want to be gone." These are not words you hear from someone who's at peace with their life. They sound more like someone searching for escape.
It's on the things that Gervonta Tank Davis is saying right now. He wants to fight this fight and then he wants to disappear from boxing, from fame. He wants to do therapy and never have to think about fighting again.
When you're sitting there and every single day someone new is calling you out or they want you to fight this guy, it's probably tough. Like I said earlier, once you've made your money, it must be very hard to want to keep going. Once you're set for life, it's like you've put all this effort in your whole life of waking up.
He's going to want to go downstairs a little bit more.
Yeah, and if you want to make comparisons, I mean, the only two...
Adding to this, Davis has been talking about therapy and how everyone needs it. He said, "People don't talk about how much they need therapy. I think we all need to be a little softer with ourselves." For someone like Tank, who's seen as tough and unbreakable, this is a surprising and vulnerable thing to say. It shows that he's thinking about his mental health. But it also shows that he's dealing with something heavy. This is not the first time Davis's actions have raised eyebrows. A video surfaced just 2 days ago showing him smoking what looked like marijuana in an elevator. The clip went viral with fans and critics sharing their thoughts. Some people saw it as just a young man having a moment to relax, but others saw it as a red flag, especially when you look at everything else he's been saying and doing.
They have given him, not the case here with Garcia.
Before cuts, you will see in the...
Leonard Ellerbe, who has worked with Davis for years, has spoken about these recent developments. Ellerbe didn't give a lot of details, but his tone was serious. He said, "Tank's been through a lot. This sport is tough, and the spotlight is even tougher. Sometimes you need to step back and take care of yourself." Ellerbe's comments suggest that he's worried about Davis, just like many of his fans are. To understand why all of this is happening, you have to think about what Davis has been through. Boxing is a brutal sport, not just physically but mentally. Fighters like Davis are expected to be strong all the time. They're not just athletes, they're public figures under constant pressure. Davis has been compared to Floyd Mayweather Jr. for most of his career, and living up to those expectations can't be easy.
Fight from both fighters here, Davis and Garcia, both fighting in a range where, it's hard to hit.
On top of that, Davis has had his fair share of legal trouble. He's been arrested more than once, and those situations have added stress to his life. In 2020, he faced charges for an incident at a basketball game. In 2022, he was involved in a hit-and-run case. While these incidents are behind him now, they've left a mark on his reputation and mental well-being. Davis has also faced criticism throughout his career. Despite his undefeated record and world titles, some boxing fans and analysts have accused him of not taking on the toughest fights. People have said he's been protected and hasn't fought the best in his division. That kind of talk can get to anyone, even someone as confident as Davis.
And, Tank is afraid of Shakur.
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it got to be somebody hitting us and hurt.
135 as Devin Haney. Gervonta Davis proclaimed himself the...
When you put all of this together, his comments about retiring and leaving America, his talk about therapy, the video of him smoking, and his legal troubles, it's clear that Davis might be dealing with more than he's letting on. Ellerby's comments add to the picture. He's someone who knows Davis well, and his concern says a lot. The video of Davis smoking is particularly interesting because it could mean different things. Maybe it was just a moment of relaxation, but when you consider everything else, it could also be a sign that he's looking for a way to cope. Smoking might not seem like a big deal to some people, but for a professional athlete, it raises questions about focus and discipline.
Why you retiring? With trash.
What changed? What made you?
This shit is trash, garbage. I don't care about belts and I don't care about that.
Like to derail the year that Davis has planned because face another Garcia.
Davis's comments about being soft and needing therapy are some of the most revealing things he said. For a boxer to admit they need to be softer is almost unheard of. The last time we heard of something like that from a top boxer was from Mike Tyson, who expressed that his life in the ring was, well, scary even to him. Perhaps this is what Tank is trying to escape from. It's a powerful statement, but it's also a sign that he's struggling in a sport where toughness is everything. Showing vulnerability can be risky.
Hey, Tank, will Calvin be with you on this fight? Come on, you saying? Huh? Will Calvin be with you on this fight? I don't know. We gotta see.
Came in, Garcia landed the count left. In these steps.
But Davis seems to be at a point where he doesn't care about keeping up appearances anymore. Ellerby's concerns highlight how serious this situation might be. Boxing is a sport that often ignores mental health. Fighters are praised for being tough, but that toughness can come at a cost. And how can we forget Tank's recent turmoil surrounding his fight with Lamont Roach? With the fight status in question and conflicting statements between Davis and Roach, it's becoming clearer that something deeper might be at play. In the middle of all this chaos, Calvin Ford, Davis's longtime trainer and mentor, dropped yet another cryptic message on social media that has left fans speculating about its meaning.
It is what it is. And again, the media like to hate him too. So, I'm going to catch a lot of that backlash too. But I mean, it is what it is. I ain't really studying that too much. I'm not worried about narrative. I'm worried about what I can do in the ring. All right, brother. All right.
Ford wrote, "People often fail to comprehend my suffering, my convictions, and my emotions regarding various matters. However, I possess that understanding. It is, in fact, a profound gift from my Lord, motivating me to persist and strive toward becoming the best version of myself within my circle." And while on the surface, this could seem like a generic reflection, the timing of the post hints that it might hold more weight than it initially appears. This message arrives in the midst of Davis's increasingly public struggles with his mental state, controversial behavior, and his musings about retirement. Could Ford's post be a veiled acknowledgement of his fighter's struggles? Or perhaps it's an expression of Ford's own challenges in guiding a young man through the pressures of fame, scrutiny, and personal turmoil?
Thumb right in the eye.
You get the feeling that
the postponements of the Davis versus Roach fight only added fuel to the fire. Originally scheduled for December 14th in Houston, the fight was pushed back to March 1st in Brooklyn due to scheduling conflicts. Fan backlash against the matchup was immediate, with many criticizing Tank for choosing an opponent perceived to be less challenging. This criticism is a recurring theme in Davis's career, where fans have often dismissed his opponents as subpar, despite his undeniable talent and impressive record. We even saw Tank lash out at fans trying to bring this up with Lamont Roach.
Garcia moving to his left. Good head movement, avoiding the...
Ford's role in Davis's life extends far beyond the ring. As a mentor, he's often been credited with keeping Davis focused during tough times. But even Ford must feel the strain of guiding a fighter who has faced mounting controversies. From Davis's recent video to his public statements about wanting to leave America and disappear entirely, it's clear that Tank is struggling with more than just his career decisions.
I'm trying to get so much out of this and get away from it. Like, I have a house on an island. Y'all won't see me again type shit. Like, that's how I'm trying to beat. I'm trying to beat all this type shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be around this too much longer. I don't even want the spotlight. Y'all can have it. This can have it. Once I beat it, go ahead.
Ford's statement might also be a reflection of his own internal battles. Training and managing a high-profile boxer like Davis comes with immense pressure. Ford's words about his suffering and convictions could be his way of expressing the emotional toll it takes to see someone he cares for navigating such a turbulent path. It's no secret that Ford and Davis share a deep bond, one built over years of training and trust. If Davis is struggling, it's likely that Ford feels that struggle too. Davis's own cryptic social media activity adds another layer to this saga. His abrupt announcement that the fight is effing canceled caught everyone off guard, including Roach, who seemed blindsided by the news.
What's your reaction to Tank fighting Mr. Roach, Lamont Roach?
I mean, I think the online reaction is a little bit unfair. Like, everybody hates the fight, but Lamont Roach is a good fighter. Like, it's not like, but the problem is no one knows who he is. And I think with, you know, Tank's position in the sport, people want him to be in the big fights, and it's not a big fight. But Lamont
Garcia moving to his left. Good head movement, avoiding the shots.
Roach's response, laced with frustration and confusion, underscores just how disjointed the situation has become. While tickets for the fight remained on sale and promoters PBC have stayed silent, the lack of clarity only fuels speculation. It's worth considering how much these delays and the backlash from fans might be affecting Davis. Over the years, he's faced constant criticism for not taking on tougher opponents despite his stellar record. This perception of his career, whether fair or not, must weigh heavily on him. The constant need to prove himself, coupled with the public and private pressures of his personal life, creates a cocktail of stress that even the strongest athletes can struggle to handle.
I want to fight him, bro, because he been tricking the boxing game for too long. He been tricking the boxing game for too long. He makes shit look good. He makes the shit look better than what it is.
18. Ford's statement also aligns with the growing awareness around mental health in sports. Boxing, in particular, has long ignored the emotional and psychological toll it takes on its athletes. Fighters are often expected to be invulnerable, their strength and resilience celebrated above all else. Davis's openness about his struggles and Ford's reflective post suggest a shift in this narrative, one that acknowledges the human side of these warriors. The bond between Davis and Ford has always been a cornerstone of the fighter's success, but relationships like these are complex, especially when they're forged under the intense pressures of professional sports. Ford's message might be his way of saying that he understands what Davis is going through, even if the world doesn't.
A lot of shit built up. It's a lot built up. And I'm gonna take it out on him. Sorry that it gonna be him. I'm telling you. I promise you.
Garcia landed the counter left. In these steps.
It could also be his way of reminding himself to stay strong for the sake of his fighter and the team they've built together. The cryptic nature of Ford's words leaves room for interpretation, but the timing makes it impossible to ignore their connection to Davis's current state. Whether it's a message about his own struggles, a subtle acknowledgement of Davis's challenges, or a combination of both, it's clear that Ford is grappling with a lot. The postponed fight, the backlash from fans, and Davis's personal battles all create a storm that's difficult to navigate. Meanwhile, the silence from promoters and the ongoing uncertainty surrounding the fight only adds to the tension. Fans are left wondering what's really going on behind the scenes. Is Davis truly ready to step into the ring again? Or is this a sign that he needs time to focus on his mental and emotional well-being? As Davis's trainer and mentor, Ford is likely privy to details that the public isn't. His decision to share such a reflective post at this time feels big. Davis may be the one under the spotlight, but Ford is right there with him, carrying his own share of the burden. In the end, Ford's cryptic words and Davis's recent actions are two pieces of a larger puzzle. Together, they paint a picture of a team navigating turbulent waters, each member dealing with their own set of challenges. Whether this marks a turning point for Davis or just another chapter in his complex story remains to be seen. For now, fans can only wait and hope that both Davis and Ford find the peace and clarity they're searching for.
Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off.
However, as much as people are going at Tank for mentioning his retirement, some see it as a genuine concern. Jeff Mayweather's reaction to Davis's retirement announcement has stirred conversations in the boxing world. Known for his straightforward and measured takes, the uncle of Floyd Mayweather Jr. didn't hesitate to share his thoughts when he appeared on Fred Talks Fighting. His words carried weight, offering insight into why Davis might genuinely walk away from the sport sooner rather than later. I believe him. He's been talking about retiring for a while, so yes, I believe him, Jeff Mayweather said, referring to Davis's long-standing hints at leaving boxing. It wasn't a shocking statement for those who've been paying attention to Davis's comments over the past year.
He ain't fighting no more. That's what he say. You a damn lie. Oh yeah, you gonna fight. You gonna fight Stevenson. You gonna fight Garcia. You gonna fight Keyshawn, and you gonna fight bad can't duck the left hook ass Devin Haney. That's what you gonna do. You gonna get this money. You say you all about your money, Tank. I want you to put hand on I can't duck a left hook Devin Haney. That's what I want to see. That's what the world want to see. Give us what we want. You want the money? God damn it, give us the
to derail the year that Davis has planned because face another guard.
The WBA lightweight champion has hinted multiple times about stepping away from the ring, often citing the mental and emotional toll the sport takes on him. What makes Jeff Mayweather's reaction stand out is how he not only acknowledged Davis's retirement talk, but also supported it. Many within the boxing community tend to dismiss such claims, especially from fighters at the peak of their careers. But Mayweather's belief in Davis's sincerity reflects his understanding of the pressures fighters face. Jeff also touched on what he sees as a key factor in Davis's decision: financial security. He should have financial security, and I think that's the only thing that's why he keeps fighting. He wants to make sure he has security, he explained. These words resonate with a truth that applies to many boxers. For all the fame and glory that comes with being a champion, the fear of financial instability can linger in the background.
You know, while he mentioned being retired, he also seems like he's got a plan before retirement, which I appreciate. Listen, man, life is about planning. And if anything, consider that a part of his plan. He knows what he wants to do, and he knows what he's trying to do before he gets out of here. You know, at the same time, like Terrence.
For Davis, the stakes are even higher. Coming from a tough upbringing in Baltimore, he's spoken openly about his desire to provide for his family and ensure they never have to struggle as he did. His success in the ring has already made him a millionaire. But as Jeff Mayweather hinted, true financial security isn't just about having money now, it's about securing a future where that money can grow and sustain. Mayweather's comments also align with a growing trend in boxing. Fighters today are increasingly aware of the physical and mental toll the sport takes. They're looking at retirement as a way to protect themselves and their families, rather than clinging to the limelight for too long. In Davis's case, his constant battles with public criticism, personal challenges, and the immense pressure to perform could be driving his decision to leave while he's still at the top.
What are your thoughts on Gervonta Davis saying that he's going to walk away from boxing after 2025?
Look, I don't blame him. I'll tell you that much. I don't blame him, man. But this sport ain't no joke.
If the fire not there, you gotta walk away, right?
Sport's no joke, man. He's made a lot of money in the sport already. What it is, you know, I know there's fights out there that I would love to see Gervonta fight in, but if he ain't feeling it.
What's interesting about Jeff Mayweather's support is how it contrasts with the typical boxing mentality. Many trainers and fans push fighters to keep going, often ignoring the long-term consequences. But Mayweather's focus on Davis's well-being and future shows a deeper understanding of what it means to walk away on your own terms. Still, Davis's retirement talk isn't just about money. His mental health and peace of mind have been recurring themes in his recent interviews and social media posts. He's hinted at the burden of living under the microscope, dealing with criticism about his opponents, and the pressure of being a champion. For a fighter who's been in the spotlight for so long, stepping away might be his way of finding a sense of normalcy.
Tank says that he's going to retire at the end of next year. Do you think he has one foot out the door?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a mistake for him to say that, especially in front of me. So, I'm going to just take advantage of him and show him why he shouldn't have said that or why he shouldn't be contemplating that.
What the other guy has to offer. Garcia won.
Jeff Mayweather's belief in Davis's decision also reflects his experience in the sport as a former boxer and respected trainer. He knows firsthand how the grind of boxing can wear someone down. His support for Davis comes from a place of empathy, understanding that every fighter has a breaking point. It's worth noting that Davis's career has already reached incredible heights, with multiple world titles across divisions and a reputation as one of the hardest punchers in boxing. He's achieved more than most fighters dream of. For him, retirement wouldn't be about walking away from unfulfilled potential, it would be about leaving on his own terms, with his health and finances intact. At the same time, some fans and critics remain skeptical. Retirement announcements in boxing are often met with doubt, given the sport's history of comebacks. Many fighters, including Floyd Mayweather Jr., himself, have stepped away only to return for more fights. Whether Davis follows through on his plans remains to be seen, but Jeff Mayweather's support adds credibility to the idea that this could be a genuine turning point. If Davis does retire, his story will definitely show the complex decisions fighters face. It's not just about the love of the sport or the pursuit of glory. It's also about protecting their future and finding peace outside the ring. Jeff Mayweather's comments highlight this balance, showing that sometimes the best fight a boxer can win is the one for their own well-being.
All right, lean back for me. Deep breath in. Out all the way. Oh, yeah. Felt good.
Counter left from Garcia.
That's the punch.
For now, all eyes are on Davis to see what his next move will be. Whether he chooses to hang up the gloves or continues fighting for a few more paydays, his impact on boxing is undeniable. In the world of boxing, where glory and sacrifice are often intertwined, it's rare to see such open support for retirement. But then, it could just be Tank wants us to talk about him more and sell his fights. But with everything that's happening, well, maybe not. What do you think? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more interesting updates. See you in the next one.